Hi, this is Jan. Welcome to my channel. This is a follow-up to my previous video about near-death experiences. First off, let me explain about angels in the sense that there are angels who are sent to help us in times of need, and they take human form, and then after they accomplish their mission, they just disappear. That is the case, I feel, when I was rescued in the pool. I feel that was an angel who took the form of a 14-year-old boy who rescued me. Because, as I said before in that video, he was right next to me, and then when I turned to thank him again, he just disappeared. And there's no way anybody can move that fast. I mean, don't forget I was a kid, so it's not like I had anything, any of my senses were slowed down or anything. Yes, I'd just been through a dramatic experience, but the boy was right next to me. And it took me a second to get out of the pool, and I looked all around. There's no way the boy could have, been gone that fast. Okay, so on the follow-up, when I was 14 years old, I had an experience where I was being followed coming home, but I could not see anybody. And so the hair on the back of my neck started to stand up, and even though I kept looking around the buildings that I was passing, I still couldn't see anybody. So I started to think maybe I was imagining things, but I started to pray to God because I was afraid. And during my prayer, I heard God tell me to turn around. And I started to feel like whatever it was getting closer. I got really scared, and I told God, no, I don't want to turn around. And then finally I heard him tell me, turn around now or else you're going to be sorry. And so I took all the courage that I could find to make myself turn around. And lo and behold, there was a man standing about 2 feet away from me. So, of course, I was shocked and inhaled a deep breath. And he looked at me and asked me if I had the time. So, wanting to reassure myself, I thought, okay, I was just imagining things. And once again, this man asked me if I had the time after I had already told him, no, I did not. And I found that strange, and then I started to wonder if I was correct or incorrect, being this was innocent. And sure enough, he asked me a third time, but this time he grabbed my wrist and wouldn't let go. And I started to cry, and I asked him to let me go and not to hurt me, but he wouldn't let go. And then when I tried to scream, nothing came out of my mouth. And then I prayed to God for help, and he gave me a picture in my head of the time when I went with my friend Jane to judo class, and I had watched her try to flip this really heavy kid, and she could not. And when I went back with her the next day, I saw her flip him just like that, 1, 2, 3. And I asked her after class was over, and I walked home with her, how she was able to do that. And she told me she learned from her teacher the element of surprise. And so God was giving me that flashback, and he was telling me, you have to surprise him. I realized, and then you'll get away. And so that's what I did. When he turned his head, the man, to look the other way, to the left, I jerked my arm, and he wasn't able to keep his grip on me, and I took off running like a jackrabbit. And my house was like 3 blocks away, and I ran really fast, and I got away. So that was another supernatural experience because I got guidance supernaturally. And so, some of you may find this hard to believe and say, I imagine things, and stuff, but there is a connection that we develop with God in heaven through the Holy Spirit. And that is the guidance that we get because he wants to help us. Do you understand? He wants to help us. And after that experience with the drowning, my mother found a babysitter for me, in which case these were friends of ours. I didn't know these people too well, but my neighbor was their cousin. So they babysat for me, and I was there about a month, and I was laying on the couch when the 2 teenage girls who left in charge of me were shaking me to wake up, hurry up, we gotta get out of the house, we gotta go. And I was like, why, what's going on? And they said, Uncle Jimmy set the house on fire. He fell asleep with a cigarette, and the whole basement's on fire, it's spreading, and I started to smell smoke. And they had called the fire department, so they brought me outside next door, and I hugged my mom real tight, and I felt this was really strange. First I almost drowned, then there's a fire where I'm being babysat, and I didn't know what was going on, but I was like upset, to say the least. After that, Mom decided I was better off being a latchkey child, and so I just came home and waited for her to come home from work after that. That was my second near-death experience and some further information about supernatural connections when we need help. Also, there's one more thing I noted. I learned on Facebook, no, not Facebook, sorry. I learned on YouTube, and I have uploaded this to my channel, that when you accept Jesus Christ into your life, that there are two demons assigned to you to try and get you off of that path. And so mine must have been given strict orders to try and kill me. Ain't that something? So have a good day, and I hope you learned a few things. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.